This is a unique occasion for this Seva Pratishthan that you are celebrating the 150th birthday of Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Siddheswarananda wrote to me that the Sevashrama Pratishthan is celebrating this occasion, that I should come here and address the staff of the institution. And especially said we arrange it between 12 and 1 because the staff are all busy in the evening. This is the only time they can also spare. I have addressed several medical colleges, several nursing training institutions in India and some abroad also. The postgraduate medical center in Chandigarh, I have addressed twice in the lunch hour meeting with full gathering, with tremendous interest in the subject. So today, I am very happy to meet our medical and paramedical staff of this Seva Pratishthan. We are to speak on Sri Ramakrishna. As I entered this building, I was so impressed with the shrine that is located at a strategic position. What has Sri Ramakrishna to do with the work that you do in this institution? It is a question you have to ask and find the answer. I shall help you in the course of my lecture to find the proper answer to this question. I travel all over the world every year. From here, we look towards the west and we feel highly advanced culture and society in those countries. Little do we realize the tremendous problems that affect and afflict the societies there. We have poverty, we have backwardness here. They are our problems. But we can solve them much more easily than their problems. Their problem is very serious. It has been put into a beautiful book with a nice title by a famous psychologist of the West, namely Carl Jung of Zurich. This book is called Modern Man in Search of a Soul. We have a body, we have no soul. That's the pride in the West. Whereas in our country, we have a beautiful soul, a healthy soul, immortal India, Amar Bharat. But our body is weak, poverty, backwardness, illiteracy. Our body is weak, unfit for that soul. Our problem here is to find a healthy body politic for the ever-healthy soul of India. That ever-healthy soul of India is found expression in our time in Sri Ramakrishna, in the Holy Mother, in Swami Vivekananda. The West is searching for the soul. It is more difficult to find a soul than to find a body. Our work is simpler thereby. In the West, therefore, is a tremendous search for the soul of man. Body is there. Nobody suffers from bodily diseases in the West to the extent as we do here. But nervous, mental, and still deeper diseases are afflicting Western societies today. There is plenty of wealth, plenty of conveniences, gadgets, but nobody is happy. Nobody is peaceful. This is the theme in many books and magazines and lectures all over the West today. About 150 years ago, the famous German philosopher Schopenhauer made a remark, and what he said then has become so true to men and women in the Western world. He said, when men achieve security and welfare, now that they have solved all of the problems, they become a problem to themselves. Today man is his own problem in the West. We have external problems, poverty, backwardness. Their problems are internal. They don't know where to go. There is so much of tension, so much of sorrow, so many suicides, increase of crime, delinquency, child abuse. All this we can go on detailing. It shows something wrong with the psyche, something wrong with the soul of man. They are seeking for a profound remedy for this situation. There is no India, our ancient culture, which became alive, re-authenticated in our time in Sri Ramakrishna, Swamiji and the Mother. Kumarola has written beautiful life of Ramakrishna, life of Vivekananda, and he presents Ramakrishna, the Western world, in such beautiful language, and quoting those words, I bring to Europe, as yet unaware of it, the spirit of a new autumn, the spirit of India, the symphony of the soul, bearing the name Ramakrishna. I bring it to Europe, it has murdered sleep. I bring it to Europe, wet its lips, the waters of immortality. What a beautiful language. He presents Ramakrishna as the confirmation of the 2000-year spiritual life of 300 million people. And he characterizes Ramakrishna and Vivekananda in a wonderful formula. He calls them the splendid symphony of the universal soul, Ramakrishna, Vivekananda. It is no wonder the West is turning to this German wisdom of India. Became consolidated in our time in the manifestation of Sri Ramakrishna, Swamiji and the Holy Mother. What do we learn in India from these great teachers? In the West, as I said, there is agony within the human system. We have suffering outside. We want to banish poverty. We want to banish illiteracy. We want to bring more wealth to the people. And we also want to experience the joy of having a sense of strength and fearlessness, peace and fulfillment within. These are the problems that become tackled by studying the life and message of Sri Ramakrishna. He came to bless humanity. He came to help humanity to discover itself, to discover the spiritual dimension of the human personality, and with that strength to handle external problems in the best manner possible. Sri Ramakrishna and Swamiji, therefore, are of tremendous relevance to humanity everywhere. They didn't come for a sect, they didn't come for a nation, they came for all humanity. And humanity is responding to this message in a wonderful way today. That great book, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita, is being translated into any number of languages. Just now, the German edition came 2-3 years ago. The Dutch edition is in the press just now. Japanese edition comes earlier. And these books are bringing tremendous strength and peace to millions of people in all parts of the world. America is known for its wealth, but that wealth is not helping America to achieve peace of mind and fulfillment. That's why you found that phenomenon in the 60s. Children of rich parents do not want to be called children of rich parents. They wear ordinary dress. They want to be simple, very ordinary. What can this wealth do? it cannot bring peace to us. In Sri Ramakrishna's teaching, there is constant emphasis, as you found in the Upanishads. Yajavalkya telling his wife Maitreyi, wealth can give you creature comforts. Ramakrishna's words in the Gospel. Wealth can give you creature comforts. It cannot give you peace of mind. It cannot give you a sense of fulfillment. He has expressed it again and again. And in the West today, slowly, people are awaking to this truth. Wealth alone cannot deliver the goods. Man must realize the deep spiritual dimension of the human personality. In Ramakrishna's teaching, this is the most fundamental teaching, that every human being, there is a spark of divinity. God is hidden in every one of us. We must unfold that divinity in the course of our life and work and interhuman relationships. That is the meaning of religion. That's the meaning of spirituality. Vivekananda gives a most scientific definition to this great idea of religion. Religion is the manifestation of the divinity already in man. That is the central teaching of Vedanta, of Sanatana Dharma. We forgot it in this country. The world has forgotten it elsewhere. Though there is plenty of religion, freedom religion, dogmatic religion, institutional religion, but religion making for spiritual growth of man is nowhere found. Religion making for manifestation of the divine within is nowhere found. It is that idea of religion that found expression in Sri Ramakrishna. The wonderful story of this great life. He prayed the whole Divine Mother, Mother, let not a creed be expounded through my mouth. There is plenty of creed in the world, but what he did was to stimulate every human being to his or her spiritual growth. His only blessing is Sama Chaitanya Hope. May your spiritual consciousness be awakened. That is the greatest contribution of religion, without which religion becomes infatuous. Vivekananda said in a letter, religions of the world have become lifeless mockeries. What we want is character. Sri Ramakrishna stresses the spiritual quality of religion, how to take out of religion the spiritual nourishment, what we call nutrition, nourishment. You deal with physical nutrition. We want our children to be healthy and strong. There's a big subject, nutrition and the science of nutrition. Similarly, there is the science of psychic and spiritual nutrition. There is so much of malnutrition in human life today. That's why this distortion of the human psyche. Wherever there is malnutrition, there is distortion of the human psyche. Even physical nutrition is not there, the psyche is distorted. Much of psychic diseases come, especially in countries like India, for want of nourishment, physical nourishment. Those who have plenty of physical nourishment, they get distortion in their psyche. That comes from a deeper source. The whole of the modern world in the West and the higher levels in Indian society are all suffering from that spiritual malnutrition. We have crime, we have delinquency, drunkenness, drug addiction, every form of vice we are developing in our society. And this is already there in the Western world. What is the remedy for all this? Shall we do it by more industry, more technology, more gadgets, more pleasure, more comfort? That's the great challenge before us. Many discerning thinkers in the West have realized by now that none of these can save modern civilization. Only spiritual strength imparted to man can save civilization from future disaster. But disaster is there, not so much from an atomic warfare, but from inner rot in society as well as with the human being. One great teaching of Sri Ramakrishna, which you find repeated again and again, is in Bengali, Kamini Kanchan Tyaga. We call it Kama Kanchan Tyaga, renunciation of lust and gold. That is the essence of spiritual development. We have got lost into lust and gold in the modern world. And Sri Ramakrishna came and told us that is where we have gone wrong. We have got a tremendous dimension within ourselves. We are not this organic system. We are not this mere genetic system. This is only a base. We can build up a tremendous superstructure of personality, deeply spiritual, containing tremendous energies by following the science and technique of religion. It is that science that Sri Ramakrishna came to give us in this modern age. When I was in America, just a few years ago, the Swami in Boston, Swami Ranganathanananda, told me a story. That story I am telling for the first time here in this audience. A very revealing story which reveals to you the significance and relevance of Sri Ramakrishna's stress on Ramakrishna. That is the essential thing for man. What is that story? A professor from a university came to Swami Ranganathananda. Swami, can you give me some book to read? He took the Gospel of Ramakrishna and gave it to this professor. The professor took it and went away. A week later, the professor returned to Swamiji with the book. Here is the book, Swamiji, take it back. I don't want it. He said, what's the matter? What did you find there? I see nothing but woman and gold in this book. I was fed up with it. I don't want it, he said. Swami smiled. Don't you find anything else in this book? You ignore that aspect of it. Read other things. So he said, okay. He went away. But he didn't take the book. He went away. A month later, that professor returned back again to the Swami, asking, Swami, how many copies do you have? I want more of these books. Do you want to burn them? Swamiji asked. No. Something happened during the last few weeks. What is that? Then he told a story which is of tremendous meaning to all of you. He said, I went to attend a seminar where distinguished professors had come, and one professor got up and spoke. What is ailing America today? We must find a remedy for the social ills of America. What is ailing us? And this man, an American professor, standing on the platform, saying this, and that professor listening from there. He said, we are ailing from two evils in America. We are obsessed with two evils. What are they? Said, our king and sex queen. These two are troubling America. We must get rid of them. Then this man in the audience thought, this is what Ramakrishna has said in beautiful language. Kama Kanchan Kya. Too much of pressure of Kama and Kanchan, the whole society is drowned in it. That man returns to Swamiji and says, I want to give this gospel to every professor. Let them read it. There is something higher, not merely this organic system. Man seeks organic satisfaction. That is quite natural, but that's not the only dimension of man. Animals have it. We have a cerebral system. With this system, we can carry evolution to higher and higher levels. Today, human growth has been arrested at the organic level, at the genetic level, and all the problems arising from that arrested condition, you can see writ large in the civilization of today. It has never happened before. We have tremendous sciences, we have technologies, we have gadgets, we have got plenty of means of enjoying life, and the result is ultimately life is enjoying us instead of we enjoying life. We compare life to a journey. Take a young boy or girl, put him or her on a nice horse, tie him on that horse, and let him enjoy a ride. He doesn't know how to control the horse. He doesn't know how to handle the horse. The horse starts trotting, and the child is frightened. That is the state of man today. The world is running fast. We are in this world frightened all the time. We don't know what to do because we don't know how to control that horse, how to make it behave according to your desire. So the horse enjoys the journey, and the child becomes a victim of the journey. That is man today. The whole philosophy of Vedanta, teaching of Sri Ramakrishna Swamiji and the Holy Mother, is to endow this human being with the capacity to control the horse, discipline these energies and enjoy life itself. How to make life really joyous. Those who have tremendous self-discipline, they don't enjoy this life. Otherwise they become victims of the energies of life itself. This is based upon a profound study into man of the nature of energies sleeping in every human being. You are here dealing with patients who suffer from either physical or mental diseases. You also got a maternity department where little babies are born. Look at that newborn baby. Look at its eyes. Some profound depth is revealed by those eyes. Look at a doll's eye. You find no depth at all. Just the surface you can see in the eye of a doll. But a living human child reveals a depth which we must try to understand. What is the depth dimension of that little child? How many possibilities are lying hidden in that tiny little child? Tomorrow it can become a Muhammad Ali, full of physical strength. It can become an Einstein. It can become a Gandhi. It can become a Buddha, a Ramakrishna. All these possibilities are lying hidden in that little baby that you find on the birth in the maternity hospital. We want that science that will deal with all the possibilities hidden in every human being. In Ramakrishna Vivekananda thought, this is the science you come across, the science of human possibilities. How to bring out these possibilities. Install man and the dignity of a human being, free and not a creature. Install him or her on the high pedestal of blessedness, not the wretchedness in which we find humanity today. And so, this beautiful subject, the science of human energy resources, this is a phrase coined not by me, but by a great scientist, biologist, the late Sir Julian Huxley. He said, we have many sciences today, but we want one science, and he calls it the science of human energy resources. Nature's energies we understand today through physics, chemistry and other sciences. We know how to control them, how to make them serve human purposes. That's a wonderful achievement of modern civilization. But we don't know the energies working in a human child. We don't know anything about it. We are utterly ignorant of it. The result is man becoming a slave to the physical energies which he releases through his own science, through his own technology. That is man today. Sri Ramakrishna comes to reverse the process. These physical energies must be our servants. It is for our sake that we have these energies to install man on that high pedestal of dignity and freedom is the purpose of the science of human energy resources. Modern science doesn't know anything about it. Huxley himself admitted we have only scratched the surface of this great science of man. With the language used by Sir Julian Huxley, we are proceeding in that line. Your study of the nervous system, study of the brain, and brain in a living condition, not what we study in the dissection room. A living brain, let us study, find out what the mystery is there. Today all over the world, brain research is a tremendous subject. Everyone wants to know what the true nature of man. We see the body, we see the nervous system, beyond which we cannot see anything. But some energies are lurking here and there. Is there a mind behind the brain? That's a big question in today's brain research. The famous Wilder Penfield of Montreal Neurological Institute studied this subject on living human beings. While operating the brain, you can communicate with the patient, so the brain has no pain. So there is a real communication between surgeon and the patient. Out of this communication, he got several data from which he came to the conclusion that not only there is a telephone exchange, there is also a telephone exchange operator behind the machine. Not only there is a brain, there is also a principle which handles the brain and makes for regularity and order in human life. That is a tremendous conclusion arrived at by a few scientists dealing with the subject. Many more will come to it in course of time, because it is a truth which we discovered through deep meditation by the sages in the Upanishads, by Buddha, by men like Ramakrishna today. Man has a profound spiritual dimension. On the basis of which we have built up what I call a science of human energy resources. What are the energy resources hidden in you and me, in that living baby? That's a big subject. You get it in the Upanishads, Shankaracharya's commentary. When you talk of Sri Ramakrishna, you are dealing with a profound science of human development and fulfillment. It's not a question of doing some ritual ceremony and doing this and that. Ramakrishna never approved of it. In fact, he even warned us. Showy religion, he warned us against it. Beware of the person who wears a tulsi in his ears, he has said. Beware of him. His religion is on the surface. It has done no good to him. It has not given him new strength, new character, new concern for other human beings. That growth has not taken place. The central principle of the science of religion is spiritual growth. Have you grown spiritually? That is the question Sri Ramakrishna asks every human being. When you grow spiritually, new energy becomes available to you. You have muscular energy, the most obvious energy we have in every human being. We call it horsepower, bull power. What is muscular energy? Just horsepower or bull power, nothing else. You can multiply, that is all. But this power is nothing today. Today's technology can create rockets with million horsepower thrust in them. What is this petty muscle power of man? This is nothing. So this is the most ordinary energy that we have. So it is worthwhile, good to develop it by physical nourishment. And so the Mahabharata told us centuries ago what are the energies in every human being. It classified them into three: Bahubalam, Buddhibalam, Atmabalam. Three sources of strength. First is Bahubalam, energy of muscle. That is very little, as I said, because in a horse or a bull or in a rocket, you find multiples of such energy. But Buddhibalam is something wonderful. Today's civilization is a product of Buddhibalam. We have tremendous intellect. We can penetrate into nature, discover profound truths by a disciplined mind, disciplined in scientific methods. That's Buddhibalam. We find it plenty in modern civilization. And yet, with this Buddhibalam, we have landed man in peacelessness, in tension, in suffering. In fact, only Buddhibalam can be a tremendous weakness for man. All sorts of distortions of the human psyche come only because you depend on this Buddhibalam only. Are in trouble. They are highly cynical. They are more prone to commit suicide than other people because they have not touched the deepest level of the human personality. That is what our Mahabharata said, Yoga Balam, Atma Balam. A tremendous energy is sleeping in that human child. Muscular is very poor, intellectual is very poor, but is growing in this dimension. But see that the child grows also in that higher dimension, in the spiritual dimension, when it has strength to handle the forces generated by his buddhi through dealing with the physical universe around him. The whole of modern civilization, therefore, is seeking for that Atma Balam, that Yoga Balam. The whole Western world is so anxious to know what is that Atma Balam, what is that Yoga Balam. Their own religion has not given them any insight into this. Based on mere creed, mere dogma, unquestioned, you cannot question any dogma in the religions which they have till now. Here comes Vedanta. You can question, you can investigate. In fact, Vedanta shines when you question. Ramakrishna's teachings shine when you question them. And Vivekananda questioned Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna himself encouraged him. Naren, test me as the money changers test their coins. Don't accept whatever I say. Buddha said the same thing. Shankaracharya said the same thing. Krishna, sages of the Upanishad, said the same thing. Such a profound science of human possibilities you have in this great country, in our Vedanta, in our Sanatana Dharma, in the great life and teachings of Sri Ramakrishna, Swamiji and the Holy Mother. We have no insight into this. That's why we are also getting distorted in our society. More crime, more delinquency, more corruption, more social malpractices. All these are coming. And the more educated a person, the more social malpractices he is committing, because he has not yet come in touch with the profoundest energy hidden in every human being, and man alone has the organic capacity to come in touch with that profoundest dimension within him. No animal can do it. No animal can understand even the world outside. So man's capacity is twofold. He can study the world around him. He can fulfill himself. It is this second dimension that is handled by Sri Ramakrishna in our time. 50 years of tapas in Dakshineshwar. He was a scientist there. 12 years of scientific research in what our Upanishads call the Paravidya dimension, the higher science of dimension of science. Science has two dimensions, Aparavidya, Paravidya. Physical science, transcendental, superphysical science of man in depth. Both are sciences according to our tradition. What is physical science? You study. You get creature comforts thereby. You can have a fine house, good dress, good ornaments, good food, everything you can have, all the gadgets, all the conveniences. But how will you live in peace with yourself and it? No, it cannot help you. It can give you creature comforts. That's why Einstein made a famous remark. Science can denature plutonium. Science cannot denature evil in the heart of man. Here is a selfish fellow. How can I make him unselfish? Here is a one full of tension within. How can I remove that tension? More science, more technology, more mechanism. You can never do any good to that person. Though we are doing it. We have psychiatry. Whenever the psychiatrist do, modern psychiatry can help us. But it will never be the same as it was before. Because preventive is better than curative. How to prevent mind getting wrong? How to prevent I becoming a subject of tension and unfulfillment? That preventive side is what Sri Ramakrishna gives today, that Sanatana Dharma has given, Vedanta has given, to strengthen man in a fundamental way. When you pour water at the leaves of a tree, you don't nourish the tree. When you water the root of the tree, the whole tree is nourished. Similarly, there is a root nourishment of this human system that is in great demand in modern civilization, and so mere material improvements, social improvements, economic development cannot satisfy the human system. Something else is needed. Here comes a third source of energy, Atma Balam, Yoga Balam. Our religion is not centered in the sky, in some God sitting there. Religion is centered in man himself. In this human being, there's a tremendous dimension of energy. And this subject is discussed in such clear scientific language, scientific terminology, scientific concepts by Shankaracharya in his commentary on the Kathopanishad. It's a beautiful commentary where he says, human energy resources are organized on an ascending scale of subtlety, immensity, inwardness. Three great words are used. What are these words in Sanskrit? Sukshma, Mahantascha, Pratyagatma Bhutascha. Three great words. Precise scientific terminology. Human energy resources are organized on an ascending scale of subtlety, immensity, inwardness. How do we understand this statement? Here is muscular energy, extremely gross energy. That's called sthula in Sanskrit. Gross means sthula. Don't depend entirely on sthula energy, because as you go deeper into man, you find more subtle energy, more immense energy, more deep energy. And so we examine man. From muscle, we go to the nerve fiber, a tiny nerve fiber that contains more energy than the muscle. Cut that nerve fiber, that muscle is dead. Muscle is big in size, gross in expression, whereas nerve fiber is more subtle and more immense in range and power. Then go still deeper, the psyche in man. If the psyche is injured, whole muscle breaks down, whole nervous system breaks down, and yet it is more subtle, more immense in range and power. Within this little study we could see the truth of that statement, that within the human system there are more subtle, more immense energies, more deep energies hidden within every human being. And the last is the Atman, the self, the infinite, pure, divine, focus in every being. That is the center of infinite energy. Sapada, Kastha, that's what Upanishad said. Supreme energy is there, not the muscle, not the nerve, not the psyche, but the divine dimension of every human being. You can ask that question, what is the source of energy in a Ramakrishna, in a Jesus, in a Buddha? The food that they took was very ordinary. Books they read were nil practically, but tremendous energy came from them. Where from it came? From a deeper level. That level is in you as well. That is the lesson our Upanishads want to tell us, our Sri Ramakrishna want to teach us today in a big way to our humanity manifest that yoga bala that is within you. Intellect cannot help us in difficult situations. Tensions and difficulties are plenty. This intellect is of no help to us there. Go a little deeper. Infinite energy is sleeping within you, manifested. Here is a problem in life. What shall I do with this problem? Problem is eating me away. I want to commit suicide to solve this problem because I depend only on muscle and the brain. I have no idea of a deeper level that is within me. That is where this teaching comes as the greatest redeeming lesson for modern humanity. We have a beautiful civilization, but it is marked by this dependence of man on things. Man has become subject to things. That's the meaning of Schopenhauer's statement. Now that you have solved all the problems, you become a problem to yourself. Man becoming his own problem. How can he solve it? Go deeper. Touch that tremendous energy resource within you. Manifest it. Then you will find joy. You find tremendous satisfaction, fulfillment. Then you can feel one with others. You become a servant of man. You pour out love for the good of man. That high development of man comes only through religion understood as the science of human possibilities and the technique of unfolding those possibilities. If you depend entirely on physical science and technology, what will happen to you? In many lectures in America, I used to say, science can help you to build a house, equip it with all the gadgets, air conditioning, fridge, so many things you can have there, radio, television, everything. And you give a beautiful name to your house, Shankaran. You give a name. But inside you have no sleep, you are full of tension, you are sorrow. What can science and technology do to you there? But touch this science, something great will happen to you. Infinite purity and love, infinite peace from within. You will breathe it out. You will spread it among the people around you. That strength will come to you. That is the science the world is seeking today. We call it the science of sciences. I am not coining a new term. Go to the Mundaka Upanishad. This Paravidya, which Sri Ramakrishna experimented with Dakshineshwar, is described by the Mundaka Upanishad as the Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. The basis of every other Vidya is Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya. This wonderful science of man in depth. If that is touched, everything is okay. If that is neglected, man must become weaker and weaker. When I speak to officers in various training programs, I refer to this subject. You have a tremendous brain. You have got high marks in the examinations. You have become a big officer now. Suppose a man brings you a bribe of 10,000 rupees. What is the strength in you that can say no to that bribe? Can your muscular energy help you? Can your brain energy help you? No. None of this will help you. On the contrary, brain energy will make you dive deep into that very bribe system, that corruption system. The educated are the most corrupt in India today. What has happened to them? Because education has only left him stranded at the brain level. and brain is very weak, dealing with such problems, all temptations become a terrible problem for man at merely the brain level. He goes a little deeper, touches the deeper dimension of the Atman, then all the strength will come. This is nothing. These are nothing to me. I am far superior to it. I am bigger than the money that is in front of me. Man is primary. Things are secondary. I am not a servant of man. I am not a servant of matter. That knowledge will come only when this knowledge will come to us. This is the supreme message of India, coming from the ancient Upanishads, pronounced on the world stage by Swamiji, the Chicago Parliament, when he said, what does India speak about you, about your true nature? You are a child of immortality. Amatasya putraha. That is the message India gives you. You are not a servant of matter. Matter is your servant, not you, the servant of matter. That wonderful effect of Swamiji's speech on the Chicago Parliament came because he brought this tremendous message of man's primacy, man's supremacy over all physical nature. That comes from that wonderful verse in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad, Shunvantu Vishve Amritasya Putraha Aye Dhamani Divyani Kastuhu Vedahamedam Purusham Mahantam Adityavarnam Tamasapparastat Tameva Viditva Adimurtimedi Nanya Pantha Vidyate Ayanaya. Listen to me, says the sage. All of you, wherever you are, not a sect, not a creed, not a nation, but just humanity, wherever you are, listen to me. Vishwe means that you are Amritasya Putra, children of immortality. I have a message for you. How did you get this message? From books? From hearsay? No, I have realized this truth. Veda Hamedam. I have realized this truth. How did you realize it? Purusham Mahantam. The infinite man behind the finite man. This body makes me a finite individual. From the sensory point of view, man is a truncated creature. But from a deeper point of view, there is something infinite in man. Can we know him? Towards the end of the last century, an American medical scientist wrote a famous book with a very, very significant title. Alexis Carrel's book, Man the Unknown. A famous medical scientist. Man the known, we can study through physiology, anatomy, neurology, and behavioristic psychology. But man the unknown is a profound subject, and he is dealing with that subject toward the end of the last century. Here is that great subject coming to us in Vedanta, that immortal, infinite dimension of man behind this tiny organic dimension. When you take your child to the seaside, you see a small rock there. And the child will say, Father, there is a pit at the rock there. And you will tell the child, there is an immense rock of which only this much is above water level. The rest is hidden below the water level. Similarly, a human being is weak, he is finite, he is limited from the sensory point of view. If you understand his true nature, he is immense in possibility. That is the message Ramakrishna gave to modern humanity, both in India and abroad. Let not man be submerged in material universe. Men must be established in their own dignity and honor. You are the Atman. Tattvamasi. You are that infinite Atman. That is your true nature. It is there you get infinite energy. To live and function in this technological age, we need a bit of that spiritual strength. Then we will work hard, work the whole day, carry heavy responsibility. The message the Gita gave us more than 4,000 years ago. That's the message Swamiji gave us today as practical Vedanta. You are a doctor, you are a nurse, you are an administrator, you are a simple housewife, you are a laborer. What does it matter? Any work you do, but you have touched a deeper core of your being. And that energy that has given to you tremendous happiness, cheerfulness, contentment. What a beautiful thing. We speak of India's poverty, and America is full of affluence, but an American economist has written a famous book, The Affluent Society. Sir Mr. John Kenneth Galbraith, who was American ambassador in Delhi, his famous book, What are the Evils of an Affluent Society? We are dealing with the evils of a poor society. He is dealing with the Evils of an Affluent Society. A famous book it is. He had come to India. I presided over his lecture a few years ago. John Kenneth Galbraith. Now, he met our planning commission members once. And he planning a mission. I have seen poverty all over the world. But Indian poverty is something unique. What is that? There is a gleam in the eyes of the poor people of India which I have not seen anywhere else. They are poor in pocket, but inside some infinite richness is there. I have just now read Lapierre's famous book on Calcutta. It is called The City of Bliss, a famous book. And he saw in the poor people of the bastis of Calcutta a sense of joy in life which he didn't find in the top level even in America or in Europe. What does it mean? We have some soul strength within us from our ancient tradition. Therefore, this poverty to destroy the soul of India. But a little wealth is going to destroy the soul of India today. Today's rich people, those young people who suddenly become rich, they are going to ruin the soul of India. They are getting plenty of money, but the soul is gone. That is what is happening today. Ramakrishna comes and warns us, no, that's not the way of human development. Be a master of the world around you. Human soul is unique, nothing equal to it. You are not equal to $10. Your soul is infinite in value. Let people realize it. All the evil in society, including crime, delinquency, corruption, malpractices, all come because we consider money superior to the soul of man. That must be reversed. Sri Ramakrishna came to make this civilization a soulful civilization. They are in search of a soul. That's why there's a tremendous interest in Indian thought, Indian ideas, yoga, Vedanta, the whole of Western psychology is in the process of a tremendous revolution of ideas, full of new ideas from India, yoga, Vedanta, etc. And that is what the West is seeking. Let us not lose what we have in trying to take what the West is rejecting as good for nothing. That's what we are doing just now. They are consumerist society. We want to follow here. It has done immense harm to them, and we are going to take it. That is foolishness on the part of people of India. That warning we get in Ramakrishna Vivekananda today. You will have all the blessed things of life, but life is not just physical. Joys are not just physical. There are mental joys. A pig can eat a meal with a tremendous gusto better than any human being because its life is entirely at the sensory level. Man can enjoy a book, enjoy a music, enjoy thinking, enjoy scientific research. That is mental joy, more intense than mere physical joy. And go one step further, the joy of spirit, the joy of the Atman, is a very intense joy. Ramakrishna's joy was intense. M writes in the Gospel, Kathamrita, a big mart of joy is there in Ramakrishna's room. And Majar Kutty, Duniya vache Majar Kutty. Thakur said, why? That is the infinite Atman. A bit of God's bliss coming into you, these things become nothing to you. That great teaching, if we ever forget, we shall die as a nation. There is a chance of our dying if this continues, if we don't reverse the trend, just following what the Western people have done, materialism, consumerism, and simply bhoga, bhoga, bhoga. Ramakrishna's warning must be heeded by us and by the West. He said, bhoga is perfectly okay, but up to certain limit. If you continue too much of bhoga, then you get roga, he said. Bhoga leads to roga. If you want to avoid roga, put yoga in between. That's what Ramakrishna said. Bhoga, then yoga, then roga will not come. Physical or mental. Mental diseases are more serious than physical diseases. I had a principal of an engineering college, a very good devotee, good friend, a brilliant mind. He got psychic breakdown. And what I found in him, like a baby, he will run away from the office, go to the house, sit under the cot. He has no confidence in himself. He doesn't want to meet anybody. I took him back to the engineering college, sit in the chair, you are the principal of this college, manage it, have confidence. I said and left. As soon as I left, he ran away and sat under the cot. What has happened to him? Tremendous energy is there, but all hidden because of that breakdown. It took 6 months for him to recover from that condition. He ran another 2 more colleges later on. These are the events that are around us, that are coming to us in our society also. We can prevent all this by a little just a little spiritual strength coming to every human child in this great country. That is the blessing Sri Ramakrishna will give to everyone. To everyone. It has no distinction between man and man so far as this science is concerned. Science is international. As much physical science as the science of spirituality. Both are international. Ramakrishna will give us that wonderful strength. A little only is enough for us to stabilize. Quantity is not needed. Quality is needed. Till now it was quantity. Now let us make for quality. What's the quality of your life? What's the use of saying quantity? It has no meaning for man. Man's life is measured in terms of quality, says 20th century biology. Your own body tells you. The liver is the biggest organ, so much secretion the liver gives you. But the pituitary is only a little trace secretion. That trace secretion makes for metabolic balance in the whole system. So a little spirituality is quite enough to balance our human life. That's what the Gita said in the second chapter. You did not become a Ramakrishna. You do not become a sage like Vivekananda. But at your own level, a little spirituality will give you great strength. That is the assurance of the Gita in the second chapter. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. Even a little of this philosophy and spirituality will save us from great tension and fear and unfulfillment. That is what a medical personnel can do to the patient today. Not only deal with that obvious physical symptom, but go something deeper and help him to find that wonderful focus of strength that is hidden within the person himself. Today we have realized in the Western medicine that no disease is merely physical. It is psychosomatic and not merely somatic. There's a deeper level in the human personality. That is a profound science of India. And that science, you get it its fullness in Sri Ramakrishna's teaching, that wonderful book, The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. It is described so beautifully by quoting Gopika Geetam from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Beautiful hymns of the Gopis. Tava Katha Amritam. Your words are nectar. What a beautiful expression. Tava Katha Amritam. Tapta Jivanam. Our life is burnt. It is there to cool it. Kabibiriditam. Honored by great sages and yogis. Kalmashapaham. It destroys all evil in us. And then Shravanamangalam. It is so sweet to hearing. Srimadaatatam. Full of Sri. Bhuvikranantide Bhuridajanaha. Those who spread this in this world, this great science of spirituality, they are doing the greatest good to the world. Nothing else can be equal to this. That lesson we must keep constantly before us. I have a special liking and attraction for the medical and paramedical profession, because here you find the confluence of two great sciences, physical science and the science of man. Both are included in the medical science itself. You are dealing with a living human being. In the first year you deal with a cadaver. Later on you are only dealing with a living human being. Unless you are a living human being yourself, what good can you do to the other living human being? So tremendous spiritual strength must come to the doctor, must come to the paramedical personnel. Then will come that touch of healing for everyone, not through some magic, real science itself, physical science, medical science, then the science of the mind, science of the spirit. All these will have a confluence in the work of a doctor in dealing with human ailments today. Everything is complex and complicated. Nothing is so simple so that the human being is concerned. When you study Ramakrishna, you get that insight into this great science. You handle it in yourself, handle it in others, then something great will happen to humanity everywhere. Our doctors and paramedical personnel in India, with a touch of India's own culture, this great science of human possibilities, will write a new chapter, a glorious chapter in medical history in the years to come. At present, things are not at all hopeful. Everything is dismal. Generally, medical personnel are not respected very high, even in America today. There is so much of corruption, so much of evil. Everybody after money and nothing else. That has been there. Every paper is full of this. In Western countries, we also have the same problem. It is our problem. Why should man deteriorate in this condition? We want healthy human beings. And a healthy human being is one whose heart is full of love and compassion, who gives it to people to make them happy in their own way. That is how we can do tremendous service to oneself as well as to others. This is the great blessing that we can get from Sri Ramakrishna. We celebrate his 150th birthday. It is also the centenary of the founding of the Ramakrishna Order. And Swamiji has given us a profound motto to guide your life. It is not only for the order, it is for all humanity. That motto is Atmano Mokshartham Jagat Hitaya Cha. Combine your own spiritual growth and development and the welfare and happiness of humanity around you. These two, when you combine, you have the completest philosophy, the totality of all sciences. That is what Swamiji gave us as a tremendous motto to live by and to act by. I wish all of you success in building up your own life on strong foundations, and make you the instrument of bringing cheer and happiness to thousands of other people. My love and good best wishes to you. My thanks to Swami Siddheswarananda for asking me to come here and spend this time with all of you. Namaskar.